Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. A very popular chart analyst says that XRP is on major historical support and that upward continuation in terms of price action is much more likely to be seen than not before this market cycle is over. And this message comes out amidst a day which showing some downward price action, let's say. And I recognize this, and so as this happens, any day we're down even a little bit, the bears get noisier and noisier, and I've noticed this all over social media. And you know what else I've noticed about the noisy bears out there? Because like the bears and I, we disagree on this topic, and that's fine. I love diversity of thought. It's always fascinating to me to learn why people have differing opinions. So I've been stating my case for some time as to why I believe that we are not at the end of this bull market. Pullbacks are normal. They're healthy. It may sound extremely unhealthy to anybody that's new. How is a 50% pullback healthy? Well, if you look in the context of what's happened over the last 12 years, it's normal. Normal is healthy. It's good. It's fine. But so then you got the bears on the flip side, though, and they have strong opinions that we're in a bear market. Things feel scary to them, but they don't have any evidence or strong points to indicate that we're in a bear market. They just have false assertions. That's what I see. They have assertions and they feel things, but they don't bring the data. Does anybody else notice this? They're really noisy, but this is what they think. And so I'm happy to have the discussion with them, but this is what I keep seeing again and again and again. Just please articulate an argument with data if you want to persuade me. Otherwise, I'll not be persuaded by your crying. It's just not going to happen. XRP, I firmly believe, will hit its all-time high this market cycle and then smash through that and ultimately... And it'll be volatile along the way, but then I still think it's going to enter a new realm of price discovery. Now, that said, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about Ripple and XRP and crypto. But it doesn't mean that the things that I firmly believe are correct, and that's why I always love thoughtful discourse. I'm always willing to be persuaded, and it's just fun topics of conversation, frankly. But anyway, XRP, as I record this, is at 62 cents. Bitcoin's at $31,584. Market cap for the asset class is $1.28 trillion. Oh no, looking scary low. Tell you what, that doesn't look scary low to me. I was here in 2018 when the market cap was down to like 175 billion. And I was buying, so quit your bitching. A little tough love from Moon Lambo. And then you got Bitcoin dominance at 46.04%. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Credible Crypto, who shared the following with his 220,000 followers all up on the Twitters. Some calling for new lows on XRP/BTC. While it's technically possible, I think a reversal off this region makes more sense considering XRP/USD is on major historical support. And this is the behavior we're seeing too also from Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, it looks like it's bouncing off support. I mean, yeah, it did wick down the other day to about $28,000, and it's not impossible for it to go lower than that. I'm not pretending like it can't happen. I'm just saying in terms of what is probabilistic, bouncing off support for a while, trading sideways, and eventually continuing upwards. That looks more probable. But there, yeah, of course, I'm always going to acknowledge there's no way to know. But these chart analysts are not wizards, all right? They are not sorcerers. They are not from the future. They're looking at data and then looking at past performance within the crypto market and just making educated guesses. That's it. It's about probability of outcomes. Now, somebody named Mark responded to that tweet from Credible Crypto and wrote, if XRP was to touch 30 cents in this run, would that suggest we aren't heading above $1 again? To which Credible Crypto responded, not at all. Just means it would take longer. But we already know that, haha. And so indeed, the lower things go, the longer things will have to consolidate and repair and then upward. But have you ever heard the stronger the base? How does it go? The stronger the base, the higher in space, something to that effect. Meaning the longer you get consolidation in terms of price action, when it finally does go, it's like off to the races, much, much higher. And then there's this, in response to that original tweet that I just shared with you from Credible Crypto about major historical support for XRP, somebody named Ace Keen asked the following: still holding strong for $20 to $30 end of cycle target for XRP? ? Exclamation point, question mark. To which Credible Crypto responded with one word, yup. And so, again, the analysts that I follow, they're not fazed by the fact that there's a pullback, which is this pullback in line pretty well with what you'd expect over the last 12 years. They have data. They are not alarmed. I'm not an analyst, mind you. I'm not pretending to be. I'm not some sort of guru. I'm just a dude on the internet. But you don't have to be overly sophisticated to understand these things. You seriously don't. I'm a guy named Moon Lambo and I get it. How about that? And so just understanding all of this, there's a reason they're able to keep their cool so well. And nothing. And then there's other things that go along with it, like maybe not over leveraging yourself. Only investing what you can afford to lose just in case, because nothing is guaranteed in life. But yes, he still believes, despite the pullback, we'll be seeing $20 to $30 XRP before this market cycle is over. And then there's this. Oh, good, we get a bear here. In response to that same original tweet here about major historical support for XRP, somebody named Crypto Ash simply wrote the following: "It's over, brother. We're bearish." And the Incredible Crypto responded, "It's over for you. You're bearish." And that's it. And so, look, I sympathize with the people that are scared. It's not like, don't take this wrong, it's not like I don't sympathize with these people, but they have these opinions and they don't have data. What am I supposed to do with that? Again, okay, you're scared, got it. Okay, I can see it. You're visibly scared on social media, got it. Articulate why, other than scary, you're scary because your money was worth less than it used to be. Like, you've got to articulate something, bring it. Because right now I see a bunch of fear. And I also see, rather than data, I see false assertions. That's what I see. That's it. Just a bunch of false assertions, which you can kind of see here, too. So part of what I'm going to share, I mentioned yesterday, but I wanted to bring this up again for a reason. There's a tweet from Credible Crypto stating the following: "Altcoins typically don't make new all-time highs in the midst of a bear market. Yes, there were some exceptions, but most failed to do so. Most alts topped out within 30 days of Bitcoin hitting its all-time high and then broke down and never recovered. I suspect we see many altcoins follow Quant." And so Quant, I'm not pulling up a chart for the sake of this video, it doesn't matter, but there's a cryptocurrency called Quant, QNT, and it's been doing well, let's say. It's been doing quite well. So I'm happy to see that. I want to see other coins take off. I don't hold it. But good for all of you that do. That's awesome. I can't hold every single coin out there, and I think pretty much all of them are. That's my suspicion, is that the vast majority, or if not all of them, will at some point go parabolic, which is pretty well what we saw last market cycle. And then somebody named Orange Chicken jumped in because he disagrees and wrote, "Not exactly correct. Most altcoins had their biggest pumps in April through May of 2018. By which time Bitcoin was already 50% off its high." And I read that and I knew that was not true. I was there during this, that I knew that was not true. Incredible Crypto pretty well took care of it. And he wrote, "If you take a look at altcoin market cap, this simply isn't true. Most altcoins peaked within 30 days of Bitcoin in January. Some pumped in April to May 2018, not most." And that was my actual recollection. And so I jumped in and I wrote, "Yep, some coins will always pump at weird times, even though the whole market moves in tandem. For example, Chainlink pumped to $17 in August last year before Bitcoin got going, and its rally started months before that. Most coins don't have such outlier price action." And so you can find outliers. I recognize that, but the market moves in tandem. Chainlink, despite that outlier price action, it's still moving with the market today. It just simply is. But I do remember even when it was getting up to like the $10, $11, $12 region, when like nothing else in the market was going last summer, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. And I was happy to see it too, because that's one of those coins that I did buy in 2017. And I never sold it, because I've never actually cashed out into USD, and I bought it at like, I think 25 cents. So it's been crazy seeing how much that's run up. But these markets are nuts. And then Orange Chicken responded and wrote, "This is bearish though, not bullish. Most altcoins have already pumped and look like death now. We've got small mid caps like Quant pumping now." And so he's saying stuff that just is blatantly false. No offense to you, Orange Chicken, but you are saying things that are not true. Most coins have not pumped to this point. The whole market cap for the asset class, yes, it's moved up, But most altcoins, they haven't had parabolic runs. In fact, only a handful of them have. So what you're stating is blatantly just not true. Just like you said, most coins had their biggest pumps April through May of 2018. That's just not true. It's verifiably the case that most coins, they were inside of 30 days, one way or another, of Bitcoin hitting its all-time high. Verifiably true. Just look at a chart. It's not hard to look. And then Pompous Maxi, I did like this tweet too, wrote in response to Orange Chicken, if this was a mini bull run, are you expecting a mini bear market? Because this would be the shortest bull run in history, if indeed it is. And I saw there's a chart analyst actually highlighted on my channel that shared that sentiment. I believe it was Murphy, who basically said, okay, so if you really believe that this was the shortest bull run in history, are we going to have the shortest bear market in history too? And I never get an answer out of them from that. I'd love to see it though. Here's a tweet from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer, who wrote, this is what we discussed in today's video. In 2017, we had much more violent capitulations followed by aggressive reversals. In 2020 through 2021, they've just been more drawn out. Same goes for the tops. And I'm going to show you a chart full screen in just a second here, but the top chart is Bitcoin USD August through October of last year, and then the bottom chart is Bitcoin USD February through June 2021, so about twice as long for the bottom chart, but graphically when you stretch it out, it looks the same, doesn't it? Because you can see that's a 4-hour chart on the top, and the bottom chart is a 12-hour chart, and if you stretch it out, the chart's the same, right? Look, I'm just saying, guys, I don't believe that we are in a bear market. I believe we're in a tremendous pullback, and it's scaring people, and they're going to look back and be like, oh yeah, I was wrong. And not that they're going to all admit it publicly, but they will. I think there's going to be a lot of tweet deleting but about their predictions, but we'll see. We'll see. And then there was this from chart analyst DIY Investing. He retweeted something from Alex Saunders that was just nonsense as far as I'm concerned. And this is an individual that also is not a fan of Ripple, not a fan of XRP. So I just in general don't find what he put. This is no offense intended to him personally, but I don't find his insights to be insightful. Basically, I just don't. And here's another example of it. He wrote, people believed in Bitcoin at $60,000, but most are not prepared for the coming super cycle. Do you believe? ? I sure as hell don't. A super cycle where nothing goes back down, there's just endless money pouring in, and we're never going to see a bear market ever again. Now that's stupid. STOOPID, stupid. DIY Investing retweeted that and wrote, keep calling for the super cycle. I will dump on your head. To which somebody named Jim responded, LOL, no evidence to support a super cycle. And that is true. There is no evidence to support a super cycle. And DIY Investing responded with the following. It's all built on the assumption institutions won't sell. Yeah, right. Well, I'll tell you what. Institutions are going to sell. In fact, they sold after they made tremendous profit when Bitcoin was around $65,000. Lots of them did. Long-term holders did. And then as those market panicked, that's when they started buying back in. So institutions, they're not finished with this, and more institutions will continue to jump into the space. It's not like they're selling, that means they're out forever. That's not what I'm saying. But they will take profits. The market will crater substantially, and then they will jump in, and then even more that didn't participate this cycle will jump in also, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger because there's value here within the cryptocurrency space, which is different than price. Value is something that actually helps people. It means there's problems being solved, right? And so there are things you can do with cryptocurrencies that are decentralized that are otherwise not possible. And so not going away. It's definitely not going away. That's my firm opinion. But yeah, this idea of a super cycle at this point, I'm just not sold on that. You'd have to bring some serious data, and I'm just not seeing it. I see claims. It's one of those things like there are these assertions. Where's the data to back it up? Doesn't make a damn bit of sense to me. Just like this bear market stuff, I see these false assertions, which I've highlighted some of them in this video, and I don't see the data there. So bring it. Let's have a talk. But I don't think there is any. I don't think there's any strong cases anyway. You could probably find a way to, like, if you were forced to debate that point, if you were forced to be in a debate and it was your job to defend that point, maybe you could find something. But even if you were forced to, would you really even believe what you're saying? I'm just saying. So I'm feeling good about this. Onward and upward for XRP. We'll see where it tops off the cycle. I don't pretend to know. And even though I suspect strongly, I do strongly believe at this point that it more likely than not we'll see an upward continuation at some point, even if we see a pullback more pullbacks deeper than what we're at now in the short term. There's no way to know for sure, but that is certainly what I suspect. So everybody, just let me know how I'm an idiot stick and I don't know what I'm talking about and we're in a bear market. Let me know that in the comment section below. That's all that the comment section is for in today's video. I don't want any positivity. Just tell me how the sky's falling and nothing is good, and just anything along those lines, we're good. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.